Running a business, or even just thinking about it, can feel like a circus act sometimes. You're constantly balancing multiple tasks, each one demanding your attention. It's like being a juggler in a high-stakes performance. You're juggling finances, hoping nothing falls apart. Every decision you make has a financial impact, and keeping everything in check can be overwhelming. A key part of this act is understanding your costs. Knowing where your money is going is crucial for making informed decisions and ensuring the sustainability of your business. It's like keeping track of all the ingredients for a giant pizza party. You need to know exactly what you need and how much it will cost to make sure everyone gets a slice.
Now, imagine two basic buckets for these costs, fixed and variable. These categories help you organize and manage your expenses more effectively. Fixed costs are the steady eddies, like your rent for the pizza-making shack. These are the expenses that remain constant no matter how much business you do. Doesn't matter if you bake 1 pizza or 100, the rent stays put, unless you have a really weird landlord. These costs are predictable and easier to plan for.
Then there are the variable costs, the party animals of the cost world. These costs fluctuate based on your production levels and sales. These depend on how much you produce. The more you make, the higher these costs will be. Think of cheese for those pizzas. More pizzas, more cheese, higher cost. These costs can vary widely and need to be monitored closely. It's as simple as that. Understanding the difference between fixed and variable costs is essential for managing your business effectively and ensuring its success. Fixed costs are like your loyal dog, always there, costing the same whether you're happy or sad. No matter what happens, these costs remain constant, providing a sense of stability and predictability in your financial planning. These costs are the backbone of your business, like rent, salaries, and utilities. They are the essential expenses that keep your operations running smoothly, ensuring that your business can function day in and day out, or that super fast internet you need for taking pizza orders. Without these fixed costs, your business wouldn't be able to provide the consistent service your customers expect.
Variable costs are more like that friend who's always up for a spontaneous adventure. They bring excitement and unpredictability to your financial landscape, changing based on your business activities. They change with the tide, or in this case, with production. When your business is booming, these costs rise, reflecting the increased activity and demand.
Ingredients, packaging, shipping, and other variable costs fluctuate based on how much you're producing and selling. These costs go up when you're selling like hotcakes or hot pizzas, and down when things are slow. They are directly tied to your business's performance and can vary significantly from month to month.
Understanding this difference is key to figuring out how much profit you're actually making. By keeping a close eye on both fixed and variable costs, you can better manage your finances and make informed decisions. It's like knowing how much you spent on that pizza party to see if you can afford another one next week. By understanding your costs, you can plan for the future and ensure your business remains profitable and sustainable. Now let's talk about marginal cost, a fancy term that simply means the cost of producing one more unit. Imagine you're at that pizza party, and you've already devoured 5 slices, no judgment here. The marginal cost is the guilt, and maybe the heartburn, of eating just one more.
In business, marginal cost helps you decide if making that extra pizza is worth it. Will it bring in more money than it costs to make? That's the $1 million, or should we say million pizza question.
Section 4. Fixed costs and their marginal non-impact. Let's dive into the fascinating world of fixed costs and understand why they don't play a role in marginal cost calculations. Remember those steadfast fixed costs? They are the backbone of your financial structure, always there, always constant. Well, they're not invited to the marginal cost party. They stay behind the scenes, quietly doing their job. Why? Because they don't change with production. Whether you ramp up production or scale it down, fixed costs remain unchanged. Your rent stays the same whether you bake 1 pizza or 1,000. It's a constant expense that doesn't fluctuate with your output. Your oven might have something to say about that though. But in reality, the oven's opinion doesn't affect the fixed cost.
So, when calculating your marginal cost, you can leave those fixed costs out of the equation. Focus on the variable costs that change with each additional unit produced. They're important for the big picture, but when it comes to that extra unit, they're as irrelevant as pineapple on pizza. Controversial, I know, but true in the world of economics.
Nope, Not invited, fixed costs stay out of the marginal cost calculations, ensuring clarity and precision in your financial analysis.
Section 5. Variable costs. The movers and shakers of marginal cost. Variable costs, on the other hand, are the life of the marginal cost party. Remember that cheese we talked about? If each pizza needs a pound of mozzarella and mozzarella costs $5 a pound, then your variable cost per pizza just shot up.
The more you produce, the more those variable costs will influence your marginal cost. It's a delicate dance, really. You want to produce enough to meet demand, but not so much that your marginal cost goes through the roof.
Section 6. Economies of scale. Size matters. Now, for a bit of economic magic. Economies of scale. This means that as you produce more, your average cost per unit goes down. Think about it. If you're buying a ton of cheese for all those pizzas, you can probably negotiate a bulk discount, right? That's economies of scale in action.
Your fixed costs are now spread out over more units, making each pizza cheaper to produce. It's like throwing a giant pizza party. The more, the merrier, and the cheaper.
Section 7. The bottom line, costs, profits, and giggles. Understanding fixed and variable costs is like having a superpower in the business world. It helps you calculate your marginal cost, figure out your profit margins, and make smart decisions about production.
So the next time you're feeling lost in the land of economics, just remember those pizzas. And if all else fails, order a large pepperoni. Because in the grand scheme of things, life's too short to worry about a few extra slices, or a few extra dollars for that matter.
Wink, wink.